Hello and welcome to the IRL podcast, a podcast where we interview some of your top and favourite content creators, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, and of course TikTok. I'm your host, Sean Thompson. Let's hand you over to this week's guest, Matt Paladin.
Hey all, my name is Matt Paladin. I am a streamer, a variety streamer, streaming a few games, mainly consisting of Icarus, GTA, Warzone, mainly focusing on the Grand Theft Auto roleplay, and at the moment I'm in the city which is called United Gaming.
Alright, so Matt, I'm going to start off by asking you the same question we ask absolutely everyone who comes on here, and this is what happens the 5 minutes prior to you going live. So that's when you're sitting down on your computer, you've kind of, you've set everything up, you're gone live, it's the start and soon screen. Like, what's your kind of your pre-stream routine before you go live?
Okay, that's a good question, Sean. Basically, I go and get myself a drink. I always ask the wife to make me a drink an hour later. It never happens normally, but I get myself a drink, sit down by my chair, turn my lights on, as everyone else does, and just pretty much make sure everything's running, make sure my sound is everything okay, and figure out what I'm going to do during the course of the evening and who I'm going to arrest and.
Do you have a bit of like a hit list before you start?
That all depends on how the night before. But yeah, I don't tend to have a hit list, but I tend to be pretty lenient with people if they tend to be lenient with me. If you've seen my streams, you'll see that a lot of them just drive off like idiots.
I'm not gonna lie though, I've been watching some of your streams lately, and the numbers you're starting to pull is absolutely immense. I honestly, from what I've seen, of course, on other United Gaming streamers, is I know personally myself, I've seen quite a fall in people watching me. I know there's been a couple other folk having the exact same thing, but you just seem to keep soaring. I don't know what your secret is, but you just keep soaring.
Good looks, I think. I think yours, Sean. I think they're coming to me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why people. I am growing, as you know. I mean, the other night I was on 203, and 160 is a common, very common. Most nights it's easily well over 100. But
did you say 160?
168 the other night, then it went up to 203, oh, wow. And it's fluctuating around that area.
That's mental. I've actually never, the highest I've ever seen you at is about 120 mark. Yeah. I think is that that must be peak times.
It all depends, basically. I got a nice raid the other night as well. So raids are common, and it's weird because as you get more known, people tend to raid you. The bigger people tend to raid you. Hence why when I raid, I tend to raid people in UG, or I just do a search on people who are streaming GTA and go for their low numbers and give them a boost.
Yeah, for sure. I know whenever I'm kind of streaming, I'll always come into the Discord, especially the content creators bit, and just kind of check if there's anyone new, obviously streaming in the content creators. But then I'll normally kind of go down to the advertise section on UG?
Yes, I do, yeah.
I'll normally jump down to there, and obviously if there's anyone new to UG who's streaming, I'll always kind of give them a boost, because there's quite. Have you ever been in that? But there's actually quite a lot of folk. Like there's posts all the goddamn time of people I've never even seen before. Some of the streams are actually quite good. There's that like Yorkshire Tea and Crumpets, the Get Banned You Been. There's quite a few number of them on there.
Yeah, there's a few that have come in recently, and I by all means, people tend to want me to raid certain people, or in my chat people say, can you raid this person, and I'll have a look if he's raiding something good. I tend to do that, but I do look at the advertisers as well. Tend to pretty much look at everything that's in the UG and go with it. Obviously yourself, you're a content creator with them and partner, so am I. So I tend to stick with the UG guys, unless there's something someone specific has asked me to raid.
Something a little bit different, for sure. I'm surprised I'm still a content creator, to be honest.
I don't see why. You're good at what you do.
When it drops down to 6, you'd think Cam and all that, be like, nah, this guy's not worth it anymore.
Nah, you're pretty good at keeping it.
Nah, 100%. So another one I've got for you is, what was the thought process behind your character within, obviously, United Gaming, Orange Smith? How did that kind of, obviously, Orange Smith wasn't born on UG, but how did he kind of come to light?
I started streaming on the 6th of December 2019. Just after I had my new computer built, new times 3 times computers ago, but a friend of mine built it. He says, why don't you try this? I'd been playing a game called Star Wars Galaxies for 7 years, which is kind of it is a role play game, but you have to pay to play that. And right. I had the computer built, and I thought, well, I need a name. Well, obviously, you from being up north, Smith is a very common name in England.
Yeah.
And I used to work many years ago. I used to work for the RAC. And we drive orange vans, so everyone knew me as the orange van man. So I just went with Orange Smith.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting that.
It's as simple as that.
I was not expecting that. I was expecting something like just completely out of the blue. Like Dwayne Pipe, I don't even know how I got that. I think. Oh, do you remember LLS?
Yeah.
Little Los Santos. That's where I got the name from. Was it J Dog?
Yeah.
J Dog had a character called Dwayne Pipe or something like that, and I just really loved that name. So obviously, when I moved away for LLS, I was like, nah, I'm stealing that name. That's the only thing I'm taking for LLS.
Okay. Yeah, I still keep in contact with them. I race for them on on Saturday on Formula One.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad. They still got their 5M server. Have they kind of bent it off?
They do. I'm not sure the numbers, but they do have their servers still going up and running. It's mainly American. It's British American, but they use purely American cards because obviously they're a lot easier to get in with the ELS, etc.
Yeah, ELS is quite buggy on the British cards. That's not bad, actually. I'd completely forgot that city even existed. I actually thought it had fallen off the face of the earth, if I'm being completely honest.
No, it's still going. So I say it's still going. Whether it's going strong or not, I don't know because I don't go into the other server. So
yeah, content creator, innit?
Yeah, absolutely, we're tied. We are like a ball and chain.
We're bound to UG.
We are bound to UG. It's not bad.
No, I actually quite like it. The only thing I miss is like kind of no pixel. You played No Pixel, right?
Yeah, I'm on the private server on No Pixel. I haven't been in for a while.
Yeah.
It's just, as you know yourself, it's so hard to get in, and
it's like 150 queue or something.
Yeah, well, they've relinquished the queue numbers, so they can have 300 people in the queue. I think it's 160 people within the city, but it starts at UK time 7 and 7. So, and I think if I remember correctly, someone told me it's about 7 o'clock and 10 minutes and about 30 seconds. You got to press that button till you get in, but you just can't. I'm going to meet you at 8 o'clock on the server. You can't do that because you're not sure you're going to get in. So,
yeah, you kind of have to just guess. I don't even think that 10-minute thing works. I've tried countless times, and sod's law, I'll click it and it'll be like, oh, there's an update or something like that, and I'm like, oh, come on to hell.
Absolutely, it's it's very American, of course it is, but you've got to be a clicky streamer, shall we say, to get in there. Someone came in my chat the other day and said I would never last a minute because I'm too serious on I never last a minute on No Pixels. He was quickly removed from my chat. But
yeah, that's the one thing I hate about streaming. I know you suffer from it quite bad sometimes, but did you ever get folk that just come in and they'll make names like obviously your name, like Matt Paladin, and then like at the end of it, like, you know, something obviously offensive to you or something that you've done in the past? Like, I get it all the time, especially with the old name Gamergasm.
Yeah.
I'd get folk coming in with like, you know, Gamergasm's a dick and Gamergasm's that, and I'm like, what is wrong with you that you have to spend that much of your spare time making, you know, false names just to wind me up?
I completely agree. I get it quite a lot. I get it a lot. So I get Matt Paladin 01, 02, 04, Matt Paladin this mode. I've got a very good team of admins that patrol the streams and my Discord as well, and they get gone, and they're gone very, very quickly if they say anything. Yeah. So it's very, very good.
See, I'm actually quite jealous of you because I can't trust people. I've got major. It's nothing. It's nothing that's happened recently. It's like I'm spanning back 2-3 years. I don't know what it is. I just don't trust anyone, and especially see when it comes to my YouTube channel and like my streaming stuff like that. I struggle to trust anyone to be a mod.
That's understandable. I've picked a couple of good ones up, and they stuck with me. And you know, when I become a millionaire, I'll take them with me. If you know what I mean.
Is that the plan with Matt Paladin then? Become a millionaire, one of the biggest content creators in the UK, the next KSI essentially.
Well, I don't know. It's. I'm happy the way I am. Yeah, everyone, we do this because we love it, and we play games, and we like We like doing what we're doing. All streamers are the same. I'm gonna lie if I don't say I don't like the money, because everyone does. But my money goes straight back into my giveaways and into everything for the stream. It's kind of they sub, they get giveaways. I mean, I'm giving a lot of UG stuff away at the moment, and I'm the only one that can make the UG mugs. I've got the rights for that, and
nice one, yeah.
So I give them away, but I also sell them on my Discord, which they allow me to.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you given some of the staff mugs for free? No,
they want to buy them, so they initially bought 7 of the mugs. I designed the mugs, and they bought 7 of them for all the staff members and friends, and that was it. There was no more, and I said. I had a lot of people asking me on my Discord and also in the chat, can I buy the UG mugs? And I asked the owners of the city, and they said, yeah, of course you can. So I got the permission from them to use their copyrighted logos. So it was from there, and I sell quite a lot of them. I give quite a lot of them away. My giveaways are very good. I mean, I give away streaming mics, stream decks, cameras. I give quite a lot of stuff away.
That's not bad. That's I kind of wish I was in your position to do that. All my Twitch money goes straight back into making or paying, should I say, the editor for obviously the YouTube channel.
I've seen your YouTube camera, my friend. I can't afford that kind of thing, but
trust me, I can't afford it either, mate. It's on finance.
Bless you. My stuff goes back to the channel, and you get to that point where you buy everything that you need and think, what else can I buy?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Apart from obviously upgrading your Go XLR microphone, all that kind of stuff, there's nothing really else, unless it's like something that makes gaming more comfortable for you, like maybe a higher quality monitor, a nicer keyboard, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's nice to have that. It's nice to have that little income coming in, and people saying, thank you for doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Not just for me, for everybody who gets subs. It is nice to be appreciated.
100%, 100%.
The good goes to the bad.
Yeah, that's it. It swings and roundabouts. I take it, obviously, if Matt Paladin, obviously Matt Paladin is taken off, but let's say it gets to the point where you could actually, quit your day job, just work full time on Twitch and obviously on YouTube and stuff. Would you do something like that, or would you rather, kind of keep working and fun separate, essentially?
I'm quite fortunate. I own my own business, and if I could, and I'm very busy with my business. I'm very busy. I normally work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I took a load of hours in, so I normally have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off. But if I could make an income to sustain my family, of course, and my mortgage and everything else everyone's got to pay, would I do it? I'd probably do both. To be honest with you, because you got the longevity factor on how long it's going to last for.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the thing you got to think of. I mean, I'm not 23 anymore. I'm getting older now, so I've got to think of my family and everything else. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got a great lifestyle, and my life is very good. But if I could do it and make an income out of it, would I do it permanently? That's a very good question, Sean. And I don't know. I like my job, and I don't know. That's a good question. I'll leave the answers. I don't know.
See, I'm always worried that, I say worried, right? But if my YouTube channel was to take off and, it could sustain me, I'd be too worried to take that jump in case, like 2 weeks' time, you just drop off the face of the earth. I've seen it happen with a lot of big content creators, like the ones at like 1, 2, 3 million, where they just, they get to a certain point and then that's it. They can't progress from that point. So I'd always be worried, that would happen, and essentially that would be me done.
Yeah, I agree. That's partial answer. The longevity of it.
Yeah.
You've got to, as a family, and obviously you haven't got any kids or you're not married yet. You've got to think about the financial stability for yourself and the family, and mortgage to pay and that kind of thing.
On that subject, obviously anyone kind of listening to this show and obviously, considering doing, YouTube and streaming, is there any kind of, I want to say tips, but I don't mean tips, more just kind of helpful advice, obviously, to help them succeed as well as obviously you have?
Firstly thing I would say is don't give up. You'll spend hours there with no one watching you, and then you'll get one person watch you, and they'll drop a follow, and that'll feel like you've won the lottery, and then people will keep following you and you get follows. But the most important thing I would say is find a game, find your niche. I started streaming with a game called Subsistence, and I played it and I got 17 or 18 viewers, which was nice. And then it kind of dropped off because it's a very one-sided game. I think the game I play now, which is the same one you play, Sean, which is GTA RP, it's a very broad game. A lot of things can happen, and it's a multiplayer game, online game. So I think that kind of game is going to be very, very big, and it will never die, to be honest with you. So you got to find your niche. So try not to give up. Don't be disheartened. Keep doing what you're doing, and you will get follows. And but I'd say most importantly, find your niche. Find the game that drags them in.
So obviously, when you started streaming, how long roughly did it take you to obviously get from the 1-2 viewers to obviously where you are now? Was it quite quick, or was it quite a slow process?
I was lucky. I started on the 6th of December, so it was Christmas, so lots of people were off. And at that point, Subsistence, which is still a current game, was quite popular. So it's a game you can co-op in, but you can't multiplayer. But it's a co-op game. So I got a few people watching me, and then they told their friends. I started watching a couple of guys. Yuri Makas is one of them. Masano is another one. And they still, today, I talk to them frequently on my streams. I get in chats with them. And it pretty much went straight away. So I'd say towards the end of December, beginning of January. So we're talking about a month, maybe a month and a half. I was hitting 3 or 4 viewers. But I was getting like 4 or 5, 6, and it was growing. And then obviously they dropped the follow, and I hit affiliates about March time, February time, March time. And then from then on, it's got bigger and bigger to the point now where, as you know, I've applied for partner.
Yeah, well, I'd probably say, I'd go as far as to say that you're probably one of the biggest streamers on UG itself. I mean, Ricky's on one is close behind you, but I'd probably say you're the biggest UG streamer. Would you agree? Obviously, without being.
I'm not going to. My head's going to. Thank you for saying that. I do try. I've got a good community that follow me. Yeah,
100%. I've been in your Discord quite a few times, just snooping about.
Yep.
And the community you have is brilliant. You've built it very well. Just seeing folk chatting and just kind of loving your content.
I haven't really built it. They've actually come to me as they are, and which I'm very happy about. Oh, don't get me wrong, I'm very happy about it. And I say the mods are very, very quick to deal with. But I don't know. How many people do you know give lots of things away? How many people do you know actually sit and chat to their chat?
That's true. I mean, I'd say if I'm going off of just UG streamers here, I'd say apart from obviously the one giveaway or one or two giveaways we get from the actual UG content team a month obviously to give away, I'd say you're probably you give away stuff like maybe at least once a stream. Is that right?
Yeah, it does. The mugs I give away quite a lot. They cost me. They cost me. So the mugs I do give away, I've actually slowed down. The last night was the last mug I gave away for a while because they costed me a fortune. I've had to one to America, but they cost quite a lot, and it's those little things that I don't think people keep coming back for. I think they come back because they notice that I am doing that and I'm giving things back to the community rather than just take.
Yeah, 100%. You should try and get a local mug company. I know obviously with the business that we've got, we have a guy obviously who does like all our like pens and key rings and all that kind of stuff, and I think it's something stupid like, was it £2 a mug or something like that? But obviously you buy it in like a batch of 100. That's obviously how he makes his money. But it might be worth doing that instead of, obviously, because you send them from Spreadshirt, right?
Nope. I have got merchandise shop on Spreadshirt. I'm going to remove my mugs actually, because a mug on Spreadshirt costs £13.60 or something like that, and then I get a percentage of that. However, my lovely lady wife has done my own. She's done it now. She does sublimation, so he does all the stuff for me now.
Oh, that's obviously you just kind of go to her with mug orders and she makes them.
Mate, you should see our house is like a factory.
Just Matt Paladin logos everywhere.
It's other stuff she does as well, but yeah, it is, and it's she's so busy doing that that I have to like get in a queue and say, can you do this? No, and can you do this? No. But it's pretty good. But yeah, she does them for me.
That's brilliant. I don't know why, that's actually really cheered me up. Just the idea of obviously you upstairs streaming, getting the audience, orders coming in, your missus obviously dealing with it. It's almost like a family-run stream, isn't it?
Absolutely. But yeah, I do the mugs for UG and obviously my own logo mugs. But if people are wanting mugs made with our own logo on, I can do them as well.
Yeah, that's quite smart. I like that.
That was a sort of hint for you, Mr. Sean. I can make them for you.
I keep thinking about it, but I just haven't pulled the plug on it yet. Right now, obviously, with me rebranding from Gamergasm, I'm kind of watching what I'm doing because I have spent like far too much on rebranding logos and banners and adverts and stuff. So I'm watching where I'm at, and obviously the camera as well. I'm watching what I'm doing now, but I'm planning on. I'd say I'll probably get done merch. I'll probably do my merch. Sorry, at least by next summer. I reckon I'll be ready to go. But I'll definitely come to you for these mugs.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we could come to some kind of deal.
That's probably. I'll be able to sell them quite well if I obviously put the Gamergasm and the Sean Thompson logo, and then get Matt to sign it.
Yeah, we could put your logo on one side, another we could, knock them out on my friend.
Do a kind of a collab on a mug. Do you sign your merch for folk that kind of ask for it?
Say again, sorry.
Do you sign your merch at all for like people who'd request it?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. If people want my merch, they can ask me and what they want, etc. And I can do it. Yeah, I can do anything. Key rings, mugs, t-shirts, cups, plates, anything they want doing.
It's not bad. A Matt Paladin plate. That's the way to go.
Oh dear.
So, anyways, on the subject of obviously, the whole subject has been Matt Paladin. What's your plans with your YouTube channel? I've seen it obviously uploaded.
In the works.
In the works. Is it going to be like, obviously, like maybe your best clips from your Twitch streams, or is it going to be completely different content?
It's separate, yeah. It's as you know, I've just built this driving rig, which I'm currently sat in. I've spent a lot of money on this, and I've built it all myself, so it's my own design. I'm extremely happy with it. I've got a full motion platform, so the seat moves and everything else, and I've got wind blowers blowing at me, and it's. It's very expensive. I've got to recoup that. But the YouTube channel is purely for driving. I watch a gentleman on YouTube, and he's extremely very, very good. And I've been speaking to him quite a lot on the phone. And I've not copied what he's done, but I've got very similar traits. I've got the same stuff, but a different setup. Yeah, I'm loving the driving. I do love the driving. I just thought I was on a race before we spoke. So.
Now, I know we've already talked about this, but obviously just for the folk listening to the podcast, what kind of racing games is it you obviously play on this rig? Okay,
I play iRacing mainly. I play iRacing, F1 2021. I'm in a league with a couple of guys, as I just said, from F1 2021 earlier on. Assetto Corsa Competizione, I play that. I've just downloaded Automobilista 2, Dirt Rally, Farming Sim. I'm a big Farming Sim fan.
Are you excited for the November 22nd?
22nd, yeah. I've got the farming sim controller with a twisted joystick. I've got to attach it to my rig yet. I'm still building this rig, but yeah, I do. It's all right going on there and policing and shooting people, but it's nice to just get away from that, and 100%. Do some farming.
I don't know what it is with Farming Simulator, but do you ever just find yourself, like, obviously, harvesting or ploughing or something like that, and just sitting there, and the time just passes by so quickly, but you're at peace?
Yeah, the same. Yeah, I completely agree with Sean. I also play ETS too, ATS as well. So it's the same in that, you take a load and you look down, it's like, oh God, it's 600 miles. And you just drive there and you think, God, that was quick. But time goes, it just goes. But I do like the farming, ploughing the field. I do like it rather than letting the AI do it. I do. I'll sit there and I like it. And I'm chopping down trees and extending. I do like it. So I'm really excited about 22. I really am.
Yeah. Are you ever going to stream any of, Farming Simulator or ETS or anything like that on your Twitch?
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
To put it on YouTube to make YouTube videos. The TOS is Twitch, obviously, and everything else. You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
So I can stream them. I've got the capability. I've got ABS on this computer, and I've just got to build the brackets for the camera. But yeah, that's the option. It's just the thing is, I've built this thing. It's taken me so long to build it from scratch. That yes, all I've got left to do is put the camera on and put the farming sim bit on it. But when you've built it and you turn it on, you think, I'll do that later. I'll play a couple of games now. But a race can last an hour, so it's. I should be setting cameras up and I should be getting it all ready, but I just sit here and I drive and I play, and it's the motion seat and the wind blowers, and it's just very, very good. It's just very, very good. You got to come down and scratch on.
You never get rid of me then. I'm planning on coming down your way for a couple of airsoft games, which should be quite good.
I've never done that. I've done a lot of paintball, which is quite painful. I've never done airsoft, but yeah, I'll be up to get my ass kicked.
Am I gonna have to bring you one of my guns so you can feel like a pro?
Well, you've seen my shooting on GTA, so you know I'm gonna miss.
I don't know. I'm bad at shooting on GTA, but airsoft I'm equally as bad.
But yeah, there's actually a zombie where I am. There's a zombie old shopping centre that they're tearing down. That say they do zombie excursions. So you get down with guns and shoot zombies.
Oh, like a proper airsoft site in an abandoned shopping centre, essentially.
Yeah. It's a place called Sheffield, which is not far from where I am. But
that is mental.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be booking it. I don't know about zombies, so I don't know how I'd feel about getting chased. I mean, it's all good when it's like a team deathmatch. There's like 10 guys versus 10 guys. You're running into the middle.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'd feel if I missed the guy's just gonna keep running at me.
I don't know. I'm not too sure about the new Vanguard or the new Call of Duty 2042. I'm not too sure about.
Have you played it yet?
I've looked, but I'm not 100% sure which one to go for. Whether to go for both, I don't know.
The problem with the Vanguard, obviously, I played it on the release day. It's a lot of maps where there's either too many players or too little players. It does my nutting. There's one map especially, I can't remember the name of it, but there was like 10v10, and I was literally getting spawned beside enemies and already in an enemy's firing path and all that kind of stuff, and it was just doing my absolute boxing.
I was watching you the other night actually, while you were playing a game.
Was that on the release night? Was that back? Was it the 5th that it released?
Yeah, I watched it the other night. I don't know what you were playing, but it looked like you were playing that.
Yeah, it would have been. It's either 5M or Vanguard now, but don't get me wrong, it's a good game. I love obviously the older guns. I hate like Black Ops where it was like dead futuristic and you could run up walls and all that kind of stuff. But I prefer the kind of World War II era kind of shooting games. They're just a wee bit more. Yeah, I don't know, just realistic at home kind of idea. At home as if we're still living in 1945, but you know what I mean.
But yeah, I'm not sure what I'll do. I'll make a choice. Obviously, I'm partnered on CD keys as well, so I'll have to make a choice of which one I'd like to buy, if not both.
Yeah, I take it with CD keys. Do they give you like a free game, or do they give you just a hefty discount?
Percentage payout.
A percentage payout. All right. So obviously, if you're playing Battlefield and 10 folk buy Battlefield, you get. That's not a bad deal, to be fair. That's quite good.
Any game that they buy on there with my link on my Twitch page. But the same with Overclockers as well, the main computer company. I'm partnered with them as well.
Oh, how long have you been partnered with them for?
Probably about 4 months now. 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, I've messed up then. I bought my 3090 on Overclockers, but I didn't realise you were sponsored.
Oh, you'd have earned me some nice money on that.
Yeah, no, I did. A small fortune that I paid for it. Damn.
Yeah, I'm running 2 3090s.
On what?
Crossbridge? One in each computer.
Oh, right. I thought you meant 2 in the one. You must be running GTA in like 1,000 FPS.
No, I've got the 3090 in the rig I stream on upstairs, and I've got the 3090 in the driving rig. I've got 2 computers.
Fair enough. Must be nice to have money.
I'm old, that's the thing.
I'm not going to lie though, from all the content creators on UG, I have the best fun with you. I don't know what it is. You're just such a down-to-earth guy. Normally when you talk to some folk they've kind of touched a bit of success, they just tend to be in a different planet, but you're always your happy, cheery self. I don't actually ever think I've seen you in a bad mood.
I'm never in a bad mood, ever.
Ever? Would your missus agree with that, I assume?
Probably not. But I'm never in a bad mood. I'm always in a good mood. I like streaming. I like streaming. When I go to work, I'm in a good mood. I'd rather not go to work. I'd rather sit at home all day and do nothing. But I'm always in a good mood. Life's too short not to be, mate. That's
true. It's just whenever I pop in, how you pop into some folk streams, especially maybe take mine for example. Maybe something's happened and you're dead salty and that. I don't think I've ever came into your stream and you've been pissed off. Oh, you get pissed off, but you don't show it as well as other folk. You you stay professional. And that's one of the things I like about obviously your streams. So some folk might disagree with me, but that's how I see it.
I try and hide it. Certain things piss me off a little bit and annoy me, but obviously life experience has taught me not to be. But I popped into a stream earlier on called OK Harry. I popped into him, said hello, and he went crazy. Matt Paladin, he was going crazy. And his viewers will say, Matt Paladin's it. So it's quite nice when you follow someone and you don't. I'm not the biggest streamer in the world, but when you join someone and they go, oh my god, Matt Paladin's joined, and it's actually quite nice.
Yeah, you say that you're not the biggest streamer, but you're one of the biggest streamers I personally know. And like obviously you see the big streamers like Zerka and stuff like that with like 20,000. I don't think I've ever seen him. Obviously, he's busy playing roleplay, but I've never seen him sit and chat and play roleplay and talk to his chat and raid members of his chat and stuff like that. No offense, obviously, to the guy. The guy's making like millions compared to what we're making, but it's nice because it feels like it's like a little bit of a personal touch, obviously, with your live stream.
I completely agree, and to be honest with you, Sean, that's the way that I would have planned it, no matter what. As you just said, I've been in streams and I've said hello to people, and they've just completely blanked me and ignored me, and they're ignoring all the chat, and I'm thinking, why are people just saying hello and talking when he's not even doing it? And the content, I'm not saying the content's crap, but they're just not doing anything. They're just sat there, and people just sat there watching him do nothing. And for me, you're giving people money to just sit there doing nothing.
The way I kind of see it is, see if you go on a stream and like the actual host isn't really talking to you or connecting with you at all, you might as well just go watch one of his YouTube videos, because it's essentially the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's if you're going to pay someone or spend your time to watch someone, let that someone do something for you. Let them entertain you. Let them show you what they can do while they're playing a game. Which is what I do. And I know you do as well. We talk to our community. I know we're not the biggest streamer in the world, but we do talk to our community, and I think that's the reason why we do have the followings that we do, Sean.
Yeah, that's true. That's maybe another key to the success. It's to communicate with your viewers and obviously keep them entertained and keep them feeling as if they're part of the stream rather than just watching the stream.
I completely agree. I absolutely completely agree. I think it's probably the best way forward. And if any of the question you asked me earlier about if I had any tips, talk to people. Don't sit there and shut up. Just if there's no one there, just keep talking. Just keep talking. You'll get used to it.
Yeah, just fill in the blank gaps, as we say. That's the one thing I like about mine. I hate silence. Apart from if I'm concentrating, but I hate like dead air essentially. So I'll always try and talk to fill the gaps. Like my editor, when I first got my editor, she absolutely hated me, I think, because it would be like an hour-long video, and she'd obviously have to compress it down into like 20 minutes of good footage. But for that hour, I would just be sitting talking to myself essentially, just try to fill in these tiny little gaps between exciting parts of the game or cut scenes, that kind of stuff. And I must have done an absolute nothing.
Absolutely, yeah, I completely agree with you. You just talking's the best way. Keep talking. That way, if you are shy about streaming, then at least you start to get yourself, even if you talk to nobody, you start to get yourself familiar with what you're doing, and that way when people do start to watch you, you'll continue to talk and not worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. Even though Matt Paladin obviously is, of course, growing and is getting bigger and bigger, have you got any future plans for Matt Paladin in the future? Are you going to start maybe branching off into different kinds of content, maybe like doing some essentially like vlogs or that kind of idea? Is there anything new essentially? That was the idea with YouTube, to go that way and start doing that as well as but this is all new to me. This is all a very new age. I'm old school, so I can't even make a Google document, for Christ's sake. But I don't know. You've got to find your niche, and I do find my niche with the game I play at the moment, and I'm very happy doing what I do. Yeah. Have you ever tried that? Was it Red M? That's it. The Red Dead Redemption, obviously roleplay.
I've got Red Redemption. I can't even say it. I have Red Dead Redemption. Oh dear, I've got that game.
Could you genuinely not say that?
No, I can't. Redemption. I can't say it. I just can't say it.
That's like me
on stream before, and I've come out with the same thing. It just leads to LOL, ha ha ha, LOL. No, I can't. I've got it. But I know there's a like a 5M version of it as well, isn't there?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Obviously, it's called Red M, and it's basically just essentially, instead of cars and stuff, it's horses and cowboys.
How far can that go? I mean, is that very early in its infancy, or is that?
I think it's getting there. It's got quite there's obviously a lot of folk playing it. I think it's essentially folk that have either more into, of course, cowboys and stuff like that, or they've gotten bored with 5M and want to try something a little bit different. But no, it actually looks quite fun. And instead of obviously you being an armed police officer driving about in your nice X5, you'd be the sheriff of some wee town with 20 guns attached to you.
I'd give it a go. I'd be quite happy to give it a go. Yeah. And don't ever mention X5 to me.
Is it not an X5 you drive?
I can't stand them.
Oh no, it's a smaller one you drive, isn't it? The kind of the 4-door hatchback. Oh, XC90. Right.
Don't ever talk to me about the X5. A horrible thing.
I think they look like quite nice cars. They're obviously a typical kind of police car, aren't they? X5s.
I'm not commenting on that. Everyone that watches my stream knows I can't stand them.
So I take it you just avoid them completely when it comes to UG.
They were police purchase. We had 10 of them in the city, and you have to buy them. And they're like, "You're going to buy one?" I'm not going to buy one now.
I'm gonna see if I can bribe Ram into forcing you to drive one of them.
The good thing about being content creators, you get a car given to you when you need it. I took the BMW M2. So
yeah, that's quite
nice.
A nice car as well.
Yeah,
I fancy the M4, a bit fast.
I like the blue cars, but you see, if they make a car that's got a white Battenberg, then I want it as armed vehicle. If they paint that blue, every single car they give out will be blue in that, unfortunately. So
yeah,
that's the downside. I do like the Evo. The Evo is a nice fast car.
I'm desperate to try and get some Scottish police cars in there. They're essentially the exact same as the British ones, but they've got a nice wee thistle on the front hood.
We're Met, mate. It's not going to happen. We are Met, aren't we?
But see, I could be up in Sandy Shores and we could pretend that's Scotland.
It's a bit further, but yeah.
Small scale, you know what I mean?
I'd say speak to Ram about that, but don't hold your breath, mate. But I'd say,
Nah, I don't think I'd get very far with that. Yeah, it would be quite nice to see a split, obviously, with the police department, obviously, up in Sandy Shores and down in the city.
Absolutely.
A nice little split into the RP, essentially.
Yep, absolutely.
Other than that, though, any other plans for UG? Are you happy just sticking with your armed police and then that's you don't want to go off into your, into crime or anything like that? Or are you happy where you are?
I did crime on No Pixel when I was in there because it's just so hard to get into police. And
yeah, that's true.
I got into a gang of 3 people and we killed a police officer. And I just stood there going, "Whoa, no, that's not for me." And I stood in the game and I put my hands up and I got arrested for it. It's not me. I don't do criminal activity. It's when I get a night off. If people are saying on my stream, do a stream when you're not working. I was like, okay, so I do. And then I'm thinking, well, what can I do? I don't know what to do because I've always been police. So I know to do, but I just don't know what to do. So
yeah, essentially, I always kind of struggle with crime. It's always like, obviously with police roleplay, kind of. Obviously, you make roleplay in police, yeah, but roleplay always kind of comes to you as a police officer, whether it be a bank robbery, store robbery, that kind of thing. But with crime, you kind of have to. You kind of have to make it, essentially, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. It is horrible. It is what it is. I've got all these bloody cars I bought, and I can't even use them. Well, I can, but I don't.
Oh, the civilian cars, obviously.
I've got most of the Fast and Furious cars. Yeah, I've got a couple of imports. One-to-one exclusives, so they just don't get used.
You've been spending too much money on United Gaming, man.
I've got a house as well. I've got a boat, but I don't use them. They're MLOs, and I just don't use them. It's a shame, really. But when I come on stream, people say, "Oh, do some policing." So I do policing, and it's what I'm good at. It's what I know. So
policing always seems to be one of the most popular subjects. I'm always worried though that folk are sitting in my chat watching me to listen to the radio communications. That's always in the back of my mind.
Possible, yeah.
It'd be annoying. But anyways, Matt, that's our time up. You've done absolutely crank today. Have you enjoyed yourself with the In Real Life podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Before we go though, would you like to obviously plug your Twitch and your YouTube?
Absolutely. Follow me on YouTube, Matt Paladin. Follow me on Twitch, Matt Paladin. Get you.
Is it the exact same?
Get me in there, get me up to partner, and I'll take Sean with me when I get up to partner.
I like that. So the idea is we get you successful, and then you'll carry me.
I'll take you with me, Sean. I'll take you with me.
I love that. I love that. Well, Matt, it's been a pleasure having you. Thank you very much, and yeah, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Well, thank you very much for watching, lads, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.